Hey, happy Tuesday, everyone. Glenn Calloway from the basement, back with another video. First of all, Blue Jays going to the World Series. That's all I'm going to say. Go Jays. Um, my last video, 1971 was the greatest year in music ever, and here are 16 albums to prove it. Man, I got a great response on that video. I'm so happy, and so many great comments. Over 60 comments. So cool. I was challenged a little bit. Maybe 1971 isn't the best year in music, some people say. I actually had a call from a good friend of mine yesterday morning. Hey, Glenn, I watched your video. I think you're wrong. 1969 is the greatest year. And so here I am to see if I can prove it right. 1969 is the greatest year in music ever, and here are 16 albums to prove it. Let's get started. Number 16, Creedence Clearwater, the year of Creedence Clearwater. Willie and the Poor Boys, Green River, Bayou Country, I mean, nuts. They were all over the place. But my favorite is Bayou Country. It's number 16 on my list. Keep on Chugling, Graveyard Train, Penthouse Pauper, Born on the Bike. Great album. 16. Number 15, an album that I love because I'm a big fan of the original Deep Purple lineup with Rod Evans on vocals. And this is my favorite Deep Purple album, the third one, Deep Purple. Self-titled, great album. Bit of just straight ahead rock, a bit of almost proggy stuff there with the song April. Fantastic album. Like I said, my favorite Deep Purple album. Number 15. Number 14, Sly and the Family Stone. I Want to Take You Higher. Stand. I think their best album. Incredible record. Sly was amazing back then. I mean, this album has I Want to Take You Higher on it. Sing a Simple Song. Everyday People. You Can Make It If You Try. I mean, it's almost like a hits album here. And the great instrumental Sex Machine. Fantastic record from Sly and the Family Stone. Stand at number 14. Number 13, Neil Young's second album, first with Crazy Horse. Everybody knows this is Nowhere. What an album, Down by the River. And oh my God, just a great, great Cowgirl in the Sand. Fantastic record. One of Neil's greatest. Number 13. Number 12, Grand Funk, the Red Album. I got to tell you, in 1969, I was 16 years old. Perfect age. And if I could go back in time and relive any year of my life just based on music, not, I mean, obviously, there's a lot of personal things and family stuff, but if you're just talking on a personal level, I think the year when I was 16 was my favorite year. And I got to see Grand Funk as an opening act when this album was coming out. Had no clue who they were and just blew me away. I got to see Jimi Hendrix in 1969. I got to see Blind Faith in 1969. And I got to see Led Zeppelin in 1969, plus all the great music that came out and the age I was, totally immersing myself in this whole 60s thing. It was just a really cool year. So Grand Funk. Number 12, I think that is. Number 11, The Band, second album, arguably their best album, the Brown Album, The Band. With Across the Great Divide, Rag Mama Rag, The Night They Drove Old Dixie Down, When You Awake, Up on Cripple Creek, Whispering Pines, Jamaica Surrender, Rockin' Chair, my favorite band song, Lookout Cleveland, Jawbone, Unfaithful Servant, King Harvest. What an album. Fantastic. Just packed solid with great songs. Okay, number 10, Crosby, Stills and Nash, the supergroup, debut album, incredible record. Sweet Judy Blue Eyes, boy, these guys could vocalize, eh? Singing together, just incredible. Stephen Stills was all over this album. Really played a lot of the instruments. I think the arranging, just Stephen was just a big part of that record. Number 9, Oh, have at number 9? I have a Blind Faith. Speaking of a band I saw in 1969, Blind Faith. That's the way I bought it, with this thing over the young lady's body there. And so I just left it there. Blind Faith. One of my favorite concerts of all time, and one of the great albums of all time. Just fantastic. Presence of the Lord, and oh man, Can't Find My Way Home. Just amazing, amazing record. Number 8, The Who. Figured prominently in my 71 video. Tommy. Maybe the greatest rock opera ever. There was one that came before it. It was P.F. something or other by the Pretty Things. Sloan? Something like that. But this was really the one that kind of did it in terms of what they call rock operas. Fantastic album, Tommy. What can you say? Everybody knows that album. Number 7. This band came out of nowhere and just blew everybody away. Chicago Transit Authority. What an album this was. Man, I just remember playing this over and over, and it was so different for us at that time when we were so heavy into guitars and hearing all the brass instruments and stuff. It was just so good. And fantastic. I wish it was a 3-sided album though, because I can't, freeform guitar and that the whole world's watching stuff gets a little tiresome after a while. But brilliant album. Number 6, the Rolling Stones, also figured prominently in 71. Let It Bleed. What a great record this is. You can't always get what you want. Give Me Shelter. Our Midnight Rambler. I mean, it just goes on and on. Incredible record. What a year, man. What a year. Number 5, Zeppelin. Cassette. I saw Zeppelin in November at O'Keefe Center. Relatively small venue, like 2,500 seater. O'Keefe Center it was called. It was right when Led Zeppelin 2 was coming out. So I was totally into Zeppelin 1 right from the start. Zeppelin 2 came out. I can't recall if I had bought it yet or didn't. The show was definitely heavy on the first album at this time still. But wow. They did not disappoint in their second record. The debut was mind-blowing, and this was a whole lot of love. Oh, incredible record. Okay, number 4 on the list, Zappa's album, Hot Rats, considered his best album. At the time, I was totally into Zappa with Freak Out and Absolutely Free, and he went into this jazz fusion kind of thing you would kind of hear with the instrumental track Peaches and Regalia and that, although the whole album isn't like that. But young Glenn Kellaway could not grasp what Frank Zappa was doing at this moment. So this is an album I had to discover later, but it is one of my favorite albums and an incredible record. For those of you who were into that in 1969, I applaud you. Number 3. A lot of people would put this at number 1. I think most people would, but for me it's number 3. That is the Beatles' Abbey Road. I've told this story many times about just on a weeknight, just kind of going, I'm just going to go walk over to the mall. It was about 10 minutes away from my house, and we had a department store there called Simpson's that had a record department. I thought I'm just going to go over and look. I didn't have a dime to my name. And I walk over and I walk up and I see this album sitting on the rack. It had just been released. And I went, oh my God, a new Beatles record. Like, we didn't have, magazines and stuff telling us, hey, the Beatles album's coming out on this date or anything. Usually just spotted albums by continuously going to the record store. I ran home as fast as I could. My dad was downstairs in our rec room watching TV, and I said, Dad, please, can you lend me $5? You got to give me $5. I need to buy this Beatles record. My dad, he was a good guy. He gave me the $5. I ran back over, grabbed the record, come home, put it on, and here, Come Together, and just, I was such a Beatles freak in those days. That was incredible. Number 2, Led Zeppelin, the debut album. I'm telling you, again, this is an album that I saw sitting in the record rack, and it was just sitting there. I had no idea who Led Zeppelin was, but that name was just sounded great, and turned it over and saw this back cover, and just those guys looked so cool to me back then. Oh, just unbelievable. I bought this album and came home and heard Good Times, Bad Times, and just, oh my God, mind blowing. A vivid experience from my past, hearing that for the first time. Number one. It's my second favorite album of all time, so it has to be number one, and that would be In the Court of the Crimson King by King Crimson. I was not a prog rock guy at that time, and I'm not sure they even had the term prog rock back then. But I still remember my buddy buying this album. He had a Ford Mustang, and he had this, I don't know if it was a cassette or an 8-track player or whatever he had, and he had this souped-up sound system, and he brought me in the car, and he threw this on, and you hear 21st Century Schizoid Man and the rest of this album, and I'm sitting in this car, puffing doobs, just going, oh my God, this is incredible. Wow. This brings back so many memories. I wish I could go back and relive all those times. That's number one. So that's 16 albums to prove 1969 is the greatest year in music ever. Please let me know your thoughts. Thanks.